What is the man? Your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're gonna talk about loose cannon and break baby. But before we continue with this video, man, don't forget to hit the like, a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button real quick. You know it doesn't cost you nothing, man. At the end of the day, you're helping me, and I do highly appreciate it. For those being supporting the channel, man, muchas gracias. Highly appreciate it. So let's get to this video because I know you guys are getting desperate, huh? You want to see the cheese, man. We'll see what's going on right here. But you know what? I'm just keeping you informed of what's going on, and I'm gonna address a couple of things that people have been dropping on this, and they don't make sense, especially for somebody who never been locked up. I can see how sometimes how they think something else that there's is not. But so far, as for right now, Break Baby and Loose Cannon are Sally's. Um, as many of you guys know, these two individuals got picked up on the whole RICO Act with the big U. They were hosts at No Jumper. People saying that No Jumper is a fed or whatever, but I don't think No Jumper is a fed. What happens is that people get in these platforms and they talk about stuff that have still open cases, right? And because of that, eventually it comes back to them and happens what happened to them. You get cases like this. But trip on this, right? Because they had said, I mean, people had dropped videos about Loose Cannon, right? Why his sound on his phone sounds way different than the one from Brick Baby, because Brick Baby supposedly was already on the federal jail, whatever it is. And they were second guessing, saying, okay, hold on. Loose Cannon is not locked up. He's not on the system, but it's the little things, man, that sometimes it's common sense, but some people don't have it, right? Some people don't have it. So apparently they went and see if Loose Cannon was on the federal custody or whatever, and he didn't popped up on the system. Uh, when Break Baby used to call from the jail, an operator would say something about a federal prison or federal inmate or stuff like that, right? Making it seem like he was in federal custody. Now, when Loose Cannon was calling, it didn't say none of that stuff, but it said Global Tel, right? Which Global Tel is basically the county for the state. So it seems that maybe this individual was in the county, waiting to catch a bus to go to wherever he needed to go, right? And apparently it landed in the same cell with Brick Baby. Now, the thing about this is like, okay, these guys know each one another, man. Cool. It is nice to have somebody in your cell that you know, right? Especially when you're in a county, you go into a building, you don't know nobody, right? So you're like, man, like trying to find yourself at that moment, right? A lot of things go through your mind, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, Break Baby is like, oh shit, Loose Cannon's coming through. Oh, MIG, Kyle. So here comes Loose Cannon, goes into his cell, and it is cool, man. They get to talk, they know one another, so they get to chill now, right? Supposedly, I guess they didn't get along on the streets, but guess what? Now they get to share a cell together, man. We'll see how that works, right? I do wonder who's gonna be cleaning the house, For courtesy, the guy on the bottom bunk is supposed to be cleaning the cell, but I'm just saying, man, it's on you. However you're gonna work, seesaw or just the guy on the bottom bunk wants to clean the cell. That's on you. That's your decision, and it's something you have to do. Now, trip on this. It's so nice, right? It's so nice, but didn't people were saying that people are helping the feds stuff like that. Now you have to be worried about this, but because having somebody from your same case, from your same people that are fighting the same case, it could be tricky, man. You have to understand that sometimes they do these moves to, let's say, trying to get you. Maybe that guy could be working with the cops. I'm not saying that is the case, but sometimes they also do it because, okay, maybe if we put these two guys who know one another, possibly they're gonna start speaking on the cell. And guess what? I think those cells have a speaker that you actually press, and you talk to somebody in the tower and the bubble, however you want to call it. And those things, they actually listen. You don't even have to press that button for that thing to pop. I mean, to listen, right? So you have to pay attention to that stuff, man, because I have heard cases in where they put somebody in your cell, they start talking to you, and eventually they get all the information out of you. And guess what? That speaker is gonna be on, and there's gonna be somebody listening on the other side of that speaker, man, writing everything. I mean, every detail down, and getting ready to use that or investigate that information to see if it's legit or not, you know? So it is a good situation. I mean, if you felt lonely, especially for Brick Baby, but if you don't know what are you getting yourself into, I can advise you just stay quiet. Just go along with it. Do not speak about that case in that cell or with the guy, because I have told you guys a story in where an individual who was from the same case, right, was using a wire. He was using a wire asking another homeboy about a certain crime, right? Which the other homeboy did fucking confess to everything, and they used that the wire in a way to basically understand that they had the right people and they were going to do the conviction. I don't think you can use that recording in court, but don't quote me. I'm not a lawyer, man. I'm just saying what I have witnessed, what I have experienced, and that's what I have seen. So you always have to be careful on who you bring into yourself, because at the end of the day, that decision can end up affecting your trial or your sentencing. You know, you never know. But glad that we got to cover that up, because a lot of people are dropping videos talking about this guy is not in jail, he's outside, he's making all this shit up, and there it is, man. One thing I can tell you about the girl of Loose Cannon, man, is that she's making that fatty out here, man. She's dropping videos, selling t-shirts and stuff like that. And another thing I just want to touch down, apparently Break Baby had said that he probably gonna go home within 2 weeks. I don't know, that's what he told Adam 22, man. That's what I seen in the video. I don't know how true this is, but that's the rumor. I think Adam didn't supposed to say the date, but he said 2 weeks. And Brick Baby was like, "Hold on, man, you didn't supposed to say that out there like that." You know, I was trying to just come out of nowhere and boom, surprise you guys. But he did say that. I don't know if it's true or not. Who knows, man? Because one thing we have to understand, people are making content, people are talking all kinds of nonsense. Why? Because everybody wants to keep informed on the details of the case. But one person I haven't heard from is the guy Big U. He thought that it was gonna be a nice case. He's gonna go in, he was gonna fight it, but it does not look good for this individual, man. We'll see what happens with. Hopefully everything goes good. And I do wonder where they at, because one of them was saying that they were gonna move him to a different state. I think Brick Baby might be in Nevada. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not following this story to the fullest like some of you guys are, but I just thought I should drop a video on this because I think that's a big news, right? Having somebody as a Sally who you know, especially those two guys who were a no jumper, who they say they don't get along, and not only that, who are fighting I mean, the same case, right? They're part of the same Rico case, and that's when it gets fishy, man. You have to understand. You have to understand, because it's gonna come to that point in where people want to talk about, hey man, what do you know about you? Or you think you're good, or what's going on and stuff like that. There's little conversations that you have to be careful, especially being with somebody that you know, they know about your case, and that being in a cell where the walls have ears. That's all the advice I can give to these guys, man. At the end of the day, they are the only ones who are in control of their decisions, man. And hopefully they make the right decision. So with this being it, we are out to next video, man. Muchas gracias. We are out. Gracias. Saludos.